In this problem, we're going to use our Desmos calculator in order to find our residuals here. So what you need to do is follow these steps right here. You need to go to your Desmos calculator and you want to click that plus sign to add your table. And then you want to enter your X and Y values in that table. All this information here in your Desmos calculator. Now, once you do that, in line 2, under the table, you can type this code. Remember, this is how we communicate with Desmos what we want. And that allows us to then see our line pops up across the screen. As soon as you type this, you're going to see straight through your points. And then we're going to click that residuals plot button. So you click it. And when you do, you then see this third column of the table pop up. And you see some points down here like this on the x-axis. So what we can do here is we can copy. If I look in my Desmos calculator here, I've got 1.876. Just keep 3 numbers after the decimal place. It keeps going. And what that means is when there are 2 people in the household, we have 3.4 pounds of waste, but we predicted less than that. So we have a 1.87 difference here. And then we go to 3. And in my Desmos calculator, it takes me to negative 0.552, which means right here, when we are at 3 people, they have 2.5 pounds of food waste, but we predicted a little bit more than that. So our residual here is negative 0.552. We can keep going. For 4, we've got 0.118. So here, when there are 4, we are so super close here, just 0.1. That's almost 0. That's how close we are. But then we have a second one that is negative 0.581. And that is a little further down here, a little bit more than the 0.1, just a negative 0 here. So in your Desmos calculator, you can continue copying these. You don't need me to do that for you. And that brings us then to the bottom part. So, is the line given a reasonably good fit? This is going to be based off of our picture. What does it look like? What do you think? But it can also be based off of the R value. The R value, when we look in our Desmos calculator, is 0.9292, which is very, very close to 1, 0.92. So yes, this is a reasonably good fit because R is 0.92, very close to 1. The next thing that it asks us about is about our slope. What is the meaning of the slope here? And in order to answer that question, you have to remember what slope is. Slope is the M value that tells us if our graph is positive or negative. And mine is right here. So y equals 1.55x. So my slope is 1.55. So if my slope is 1.55, I need to know, is that going up or is that going down? Well, since this is a positive 1.55, we know we're going up 1.55. Y. Well, what is y in this context? The number of people in the household is our X value, and the amount of food waste in pounds is our Y value. So up in this graph here, it actually shows me my Y value and my X value. So Y is represented by the amount of food waste. Each X, which is the number of people. For our last question here, we are going to describe the correlation. The correlation is either strong or weak, which again, we can answer by looking at the R equals value. And on our other page, we said that R was equal to 0.9292. This correlation is very close to 1, which means it is words like good, strong, and look here, it is positive. So the correlation is strong. And because this is a positive number, it is also a positive correlation. If it was a negative number, it would be a negative correlation. The last thing that we have here is going to be Claire's boss sees the graph and says, we see the pattern here. The graph proves more people cause more food waste. Now the key here is this word cause. This is going to be false here, and it is going to be false because we do not have cause here. We have correlation. Yes. We have association. Yes. But do we have cause? No. Correlation is not cause. The people are not causing the food waste. There's just a correlation or an association between.